challenge fans. Let's talk about what happened on challenge season 41, week 14. New threats and rookies, veterans, new threats. And it starts off with the challenge. They're going right into a daily challenge, and everybody's at this orchard field, and there's the poles. TJ said they're 20 foot high up in the air. On top of the pole, dangling are 2 sets of keys. The objective is you got to get the keys off the top of the pole. Unlock a chest that's buried inside of a stack of hay, like a whole pyramid of hay bales. And the first team to get both sets of keys finds the chest, opens it, and smoke will come out of it with your team colors. Wins the challenge to safe elimination. And he announced there's no saving nobody this week or vote anybody in. Automatically, you're just safe. Okay, so he said, now you think it's going to be that easy, right? You can't climb the pole. You got to run the 200 meters, 200 yards, grab stacks of hay, bring them back, and build, you can build, he said, any way you want, as long for you to get up to grab the sets of keys. But along the way, you're going to be chained together by your feet and arms. So, everybody gets ready, the whistle blows, and Olivia goes one way, Will decides to purposely go the other. Olivia falls flat on her face, gets bruised up. And then Olivia knows she's carrying 2 stacks of hay, right? He's carrying none. The next time they go over, he decides to carry 1, and he keeps dropping it. Olivia said, that's 3 weeks in a row now he's purposely thrown the challenge, so we can't win, to try to send someone else into elimination. Leroy and America are worried that last week they betrayed the UK Alliance and voted in Fiona D on a backfire. They went in 2 weeks in a row, came back out. And so they want to win this challenge to be safe, because they know if they don't, the butts are on the line for betraying that UK Alliance. And he did it because he's friends with Vanessa. He didn't want to send her in. And 2, he's got a wife at home with a newborn child, so that $500,000 will come in handy. Big time. So they're doing the challenge. Vanessa and Jake's strategy is build a stack of hay like a staircase and just run up and grab the 2 sets of keys. But as they're doing that, she realized everybody else is doing the same thing. They're just stacking it one above the other. Olivia is the first one to get on top of the pole and gets 1 set of keys. Then accidentally, Will knocks off the stack of hay and Olivia falls down. That is no accident. He did that on purpose. You can watch the replay. He purposely shoved the hay pile down. Because you can't retrieve both sets of keys, and once you get one, you have to climb back down and climb back up again. So she was going back down when he upset the pile of hay. So they had to restack it. That allowed Nanya and Justin to get the win. Fiona and Dia almost got the win, but Theo put the wrong key in the wrong lock to lock the chest. So everybody's waiting, and it comes down to Leroy and America, Tobo, Sydney. They're strong, but they're the 2 teams that are struggling. Leroy and America bury the chest first in the hay pile, but he does the same thing Theo did. He put the wrong key in the wrong padlock, because there's 2 padlocks, 2 different sets of keys, because 2 different types of padlocks. Again, that backfires, costs them in the match, and Tobo City make it. So last place is Leroy and America. So everybody goes to a restaurant later on to talk strategy. Who do they want to vote in against them? They ask every week. They ask who do you like to face. And Leroy said, I don't want to face Theo and Adia. I want to give them a break for going in possibly 3 weeks in a row. And he said, I know I could beat Nehemiah and Aviv. He said, if it doesn't come to a speed challenge, because Nehemiah's fast. He said, Tobo, no disrespect, man, but your mouth is getting the best of you. Your cockiness, maybe I'll just take you on. So that's who Leroy wants to face. America's fine with that. She says, my first challenge, you're the veteran, I'm a rookie. I'm going to do whatever you say. So everybody's talking at the restaurant, and Vanessa and Jake call Cedric over. He's like, look, we got a game plan. Yeah. We know for a fact that Nanya and Justin, Aviv, Nehemiah, Makia, and Leo are going to vote in Theo and Adia. That's 3 votes right there. Well, 3 votes per team. So he said, and we know that Olivia and Will, they're going to vote in Tobo Sydney. They already announced that. Phil and Dia go vote in Tobo Sydney because Phil wants Tobo gone because of his cockiness, running his mouth off. So they said, and he said, Leroy in America can't vote. And all that. So after it comes down to it, we know Ashley and Cedric are going to vote for Phil and Dia. But what if, Jake and Vanessa asks Cedric, what if you switch your vote? You and Ashley vote in Tobo Sydney. Screw your alliance. We're getting close to the finals. Do you really think you could beat Tobo in a final? And Cedric said, you know what? I know I can't beat him because he's fast and he's smarter than me, challenge-wise. He's won more than I have. So he said, you know what? I'll talk to Ashley, try to get her to sway the vote. So everybody goes back to the voting. And before everybody gets ready for voting, Olivia decides, you know what? Enough of Will costing me the challenges 3 weeks in a row. Purposely throwing it. She confronts him. And he basically denies it all. And then he kind of smirks as he denies it. So you know he's purposely throwing the challenges for Anaya because he's sleeping with her. So she says, you know what? I might just stick a claim and trade you for someone. So her, Phil, Adia, Vanessa, and Jake go into a room and they talk about who can she go after to switch for. They're like, we know if you go after Nehemiah and Justin, that's not going to work. They're going to purposely throw the challenges. Leo's the same way. The wild card you can go for is Cedric. Ashley and Cedric, yeah, they're a part of the Narnia's alliance, but Cedric, if you notice every time that's voting, he never votes who the alliance asks him to vote for. He always votes for who he wants. And but that's when everybody could vote separately. But now you got to vote together as a team. He's voting for whoever Ashley wants. So yeah, but if you switch partners, she said, oh, so if I switch partners with him, he might be a good partner to have. So she's going to decide to stick a claim. TJ shows up a few minutes later, asks if anybody wants to stick a claim. Olivia decides not to. She decides to hold off and wait 1 more week. See if she can't convince Will to smarten up and help her, because she said, Will must understand that if I go into elimination, he's going with me and he's going to be sent home too. She said, unless Anya's plan is for Will to call stick a claim and switch partners with someone before Olivia can. So Olivia's going to give him 1 more week to see if he can smarten up. If not, she's switching him. She's taking a claim for somebody else. So elimination vote goes around and it's tied. 6 people vote for Phil and Adia. 6 people vote for Tobo and Sydney. It comes down to Ashley and Cedric. Cedric, of course, goes with who Ashley wants, with Phil and Adia. So 3 weeks in a row, poor Phil and Adia is going to elimination. But Phil's like, you know what? We took out Legend C team. We took out Derek, other legend in the game. Leroy, he's been in 16 finals. He has 1 inning, but he's been in 16 finals, runner up. So he's a threat. So Phil's like, I could take him out. So Leroy is upset because he knows he can't beat Phil in eliminations from previous seasons, and he wanted Tobo badly. And Tobo's like laughing, smirking at the game. He's just coasting his way to the finals. Sydney, his partner, tells him, you do know there's stick claim out there, so someone could try to break us up. Tobo said, if they do, I'll kick their ass in elimination. And Sydney's like, dude, even Sydney started to realize I'm partnering up with this guy because he's good, but his mouth and cockiness is going to backfire eventually in this show. So they go to the elimination. And it's called Think Alike. There's a platform that's spinning and will go up to 100 miles per hour. That's how fast that sucker will spin, TJ says. There's 4 puzzles stations. Here's the objective. The first team to solve 2 of the 4 puzzles wins. Stays alive for 1 more week. The other team goes home. 2 rules. 1, you cannot work on the same puzzle together, and you cannot purposely sabotage the other player's puzzle. And it starts going, and it's going like 40 miles per hour. It shows on the screen. Adia solves her puzzle first. So she's safe. So it's up to Phil to solve his. 45 minutes goes by. TJ blows the horn. Leroy, America, and Phil are dizzy as hell. That thing is going like up to 80 miles per hour. And just spinning. And they're struggling. So TJ says, okay. You guys good now? I'll give you a minute rest period so you can see straight better. I'm going to restart it, he said. I'm going to just put it right at max, 100 miles per hour. This thing's going to spin. And he said, please, guys, please, we don't want to be here all night. Everybody's laughing. So he restarts that thing, and that thing picks up to 100 miles per hour. And Theo's struggling. Leroy's getting his puzzle figured out now. But when the platform comes around, America thinks she's focused on her puzzle. She does realize that she just touched Leroy's puzzle and messed the whole thing up. So she didn't sabotage it on purpose. She did by accident. Because the rule was you can't sabotage the other team's puzzle. Because of both partners. That's what cost the elimination. Theo was able to solve his. Because Leroy had to redo his puzzle over again. America apologized because she said that thing is going fast. And when it stops at the puzzle, and you get like a minute to try to solve it before it picks up speed again. She said, I thought I landed at my puzzle station, but I realized I landed at yours. And that was the backfire, the tricky part. So Leroy said, hey, you know what? Nobody's to blame. Accidents happen. And TJ says, okay, unfortunately, this is the end of the road for you for this season. You guys are going home. Fia, Dia happy. 3 weeks in a row, they've been sending elimination. 3 weeks in a row, they have won it. They have taken out 3 legends in the game. CT, Derek, and Leroy. So everybody else up there is realizing, well, you know what, maybe we just give these guys a break and throw in another team and try to get them sent home because it ain't working. Or just keep sending these guys in. Maybe just keep knocking out the competition for us. So the episode ends with Theo again asking Tobo, man up. Actually try to win a challenge instead of just coasting along. Or he said, you know what? He wants to face him one-on-one elimination. Team elimination. And Tobo says, the only way to get me in is if I get voted in. Theo says, that's not the only way. And Tobo looks at him. That's how it ends. Because Theo realizes they're not going to vote. If he can't get voted in, what if you make sure he's last place in the upcoming next week's challenge? You know, try to get the other teams to realize if we perform better, you make sure they go in last place. Previews for next episode. There's 8 teams left. It's crunch time. It's going to get down to the wire soon. Like everybody's wondering, is it going to be 3 teams to the finale? It's going to be 4 teams to the finale? 6 teams? What? Right? How many more teams are going to be sent home before the finale? And everybody's realizing, okay, you got the UK Alliance, which is 4 people. But Will is not part of the UK Alliance because he's with Nadia. But Jake is a part of the UK Alliance and he's with Vanessa. So Vanessa's decided she's going on board with the UK Alliance. So now they're up a member. They got 5. And then you got Nadia, Justin, Jeremiah, Aviv, Makia, Leo, Ashley, and Cedric. Tobo and Sydney against them. 8 teams are remaining. 16 people left. The other team's got 6 against the other team that's got more people. It's got 10 people get to those 6. So Theo, Dia, Olivia, Vanessa, Jake, Will, you guys going to have to smarten up if you want to stay alive, man. Is Olivia finally going to stick a claim and send Will packing to switch partners? Because if he's just going to keep throwing challenges, there's no way she's going to be able to win, right? And she wants to win because maybe every week where she could save a team from elimination, where she could save Theo and Dia, give them a break from going in week after week. And it showed up one clip for next week, which I find interesting. Everybody's voting, and it comes down to Nadia's vote, looks like. And Theo is pleading with her to vote for somebody. And she starts bawling like a baby because it's Nadia. She cries and bawls when she don't get away. And she says, I'm not going to vote my friend in to face an elimination. So maybe he's trying to get her to finally vote Tobo in elimination against him, it seems. And of course, she's going to bawl. It looks like she's bawling and crying like a baby. And not going to do it. And is Cedric ever going to decide not to listen to Ashley and vote Tobo in? Because even he said, Tobo's in the finals, I'm screwed. I'm not going to be able to win the $500,000. There you have it, everybody. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.